Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl TG the Mogul here. And I just wanted to share with you guys my journey so far. As most of you guys know, I introduced to many people through my social media that I actually am half deaf. It's been something that I was diagnosed when I was in like 6th grade, so like 13, 12, I was around that age. And no one knew, actually. No one knew. My teacher suggested I get a hearing test done. And she was kind of like, she doesn't quite hear things in class. She's missing some things. I noticed that, whenever people are speaking to her, she kind of like turns her body or she turns towards you. Maybe you should get her hearing test done. So my mom took me to get my hearing tested, and from there, everything kind of like transitioned into, okay, I'm hearing impaired. But it never really registered to that actually translated to I'm half deaf. I am profoundly deaf in this ear, in my left ear, where I can't hear anything. And today is actually September 19th, 2022. And we redid the hearing test. Everything checked back in as the same as I did from my memory whenever I was younger. What I did learn was that there's two types of hearing losses. There's a fluid hearing loss and there's sensory hearing loss. I'm still learning the difference in the two. However, what I will say is what I was diagnosed today through the audiologist was that I am probably going to be after the MRI. I have to do an MRI next. But so far, she believes that it is sensory hearing loss, which is my diagnosis, actually, officially. And so what that means is my inner ear and my cochlea, I think I'm pronouncing that right, that is what transmits the hearing to my eardrum. And that is the part of my ear that is not operating correctly for my hearing to be, normal. So in all of this, y'all, it has triggered so much like anxiety. Like a few months ago, I woke up and my ears weren't draining correctly with the earwax, and basically I had wax build up to my eardrum, which was blocking my hearing in my ear that I could actually hear in. And so I woke up and I was in like such a panic, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And like over the course of like 72 hours, could not hear. And it was like, okay, what if I wake up and I can't hear? Then what? What do I do? What's my plan B? What is my backup? What do I do? And so it made me realize that as I grow older, to take initiative in things now before that would have happened. And so I was like, okay, let's move past pride. Let's move past how society views me. And really, health is wealth, y'all. We got to take care of the one body that we're given. And so I was like, yes, God blessed me with 2 ears, but I have one of each. So if both of them goes on me, what am I going to do? How am I going to hear? Because I love music. I love being able to talk to people. I did not realize how much I would miss not being able to hear. Like, you take some things in life, be it your taste buds, be it sight, be it hearing, your arm, your leg, we take certain things for granted because we're used to having that, and it's kind of like a crutch. And when we don't have it, what do? You kind of feel at loss. You kind of feel like you're failing. And so I was like, I got to get a hearing aid. I've got to look into this. Even if I don't wear it, it's nice to know I have it if I need it. And what is it in a world where you don't have what you need? Like, we're in America, and as crazy as it seems, we're almost third world country, but it's like we have access to so many resources. And so it's for me as a creative, hearing, seeing, those things are very important for me because I love music, and me being able to see, I love art. It's a thing for me. And so I was kind of like, as a creative, I was like, I don't know what I would do if I could not hear. So y'all are going to be on this journey with me, getting a hearing aid, because I'm finally at that place where I feel comfortable with actually hearing me say I'm half deaf out loud. There's so many times when I go to and I apply for a job and they have that check at the bottom where I ask you if you have any disabilities. I instantly always check no. Always check no. Even though I'm hearing impaired, and at this point I'm acknowledging that yes, I am half deaf. And so I'm acknowledging these things in my life. And so it's kind of like I'm at that point where I can tell someone that I'm close with, like, yeah, I can't hear in my left ear, and I kind of brush it off. But now I'm at a place where I can actually talk about it and I can tell someone, and it's been such a freeing but learning experience for me. And so I'm going to take you guys on a journey with me with what this process is like and all the things. So stay tuned. This is episode 1. I don't know how many videos we're going to have, but video 1 of what's to come. And so I'm going to share with you guys everything that I learned from this process. So today I went and seen an audiologist and an ENT, an ears, nose, and throat doctor. However, what I will say is the ENT doctor wouldn't see me without updated hearing test from the audiologist. So my primary care doctor made sure that I seen both in the same day to kind of like expedite the process. And so I seen the audiologist first. We did the hearing test. They did like so many different tests, variations of running beeps through, had these earplugs in, and they ran through so many different things to like make sure what they were checking was accurate. And so what they told me is that they don't check for the loudest sound I can hear. They check for the lowest sound and the lowest frequency that I hear. And that kind of detects, where the hearing loss starts. And so they did that. They ran some vibrational tests, which was new, where they're trying to transmit sound and bounce hearing to my other ear where I can't hear. So they placed it's like a headset, but they placed it in the back behind my ear, and it basically vibrates sound to hopefully bounce hearing from my ears to transmit that there's a sound going on over here to let my ear try to hear it. And so yeah, what they used that for was like bone detection for hearing. And so yeah, I learned so much from them that it was just kind of like so much to really take in. And I'm so glad that I went, and I'm finally at a place where I'm at an age actually where I can take in things and I can understand and it makes sense. I was so nervous in there, y'all. Even though I knew I was half deaf. I knew I couldn't hear in this ear, but at the same time, it's nerve-wracking when you're actually going through the process and learning and not knowing what the outcome may really be. And so she was like telling me about like hair cells can trigger hearing loss, and how all these different things play a part in hearing. Like, it was amazing. But to say the least, between the two of the hearing diagnosis, like I mentioned before, sensory or fluid hearing loss, they only can detect the inner ear part where the nerve is through an MRI. And so the next step will be an MRI test. So that'll be done before they actually take me to the hearing consultation for a hearing aid. But this was the step to speak with an ENT. So this was the step that I have not done. I've always gone to get like my hearing tested and you know, going to, get my ears flushed out. I've done those things, but I've never seen an ENT doctor. So that was new. And just hearing from that perspective and my options and doing balance tests, like they made me stand, close my eyes, and just stand there with my arms to the side. And I swayed. And she was like, kind of off balance, huh? And I'm like, yeah, like, but those are things you don't think of. I initially just thought I was just clumsy, but it's in balance and, balancing your equilibrium and your hearing, and all of those things are like in alignment with each other. And so I was like, okay, I never thought about that. I just kind of assumed I'm just clumsy. And then she also made me like follow her finger, touch her finger. And all those things played a part in, I guess, my hearing. So that was interesting. But yeah, so that's the update for this for now. And stay tuned for the next one, y'all. Bye.